Jai Gurudev, and thank you for joining us today. So again, today we have with us an art of living expert and an officer of the Vedic Dharma Sansthan. So again, today we are going to talk about the Guru Puja. So what is Guru Puja in the art of living tradition, and why is it considered so sacred? Yes, Jai Gurudev, Guru Puja is the ancient practice of honoring the lineage of masters who have carried forward knowledge of the self. In Art of Living, we recognize Adi Shankaracharya, his disciples, and the entire Guru Parampara. Puja means to worship, but in this context, it is not idol worship, it is gratitude by remembering the masters, chanting their names, and offering symbolic items. We attune ourselves to their grace. Sacredness arises because it connects the disciple to an eternal chain of wisdom. It dissolves the ego, purifies the heart, and opens the channel for higher knowledge. Now, could you explain the meaning of Sri Lasitam Jagat Guru Padam in Guru Puja? Yes, Sri Lasita means adorned with auspiciousness, brilliance, and divine prosperity. Jagat Guru Padam refers to the feet of the universal Guru, the teacher for all beings across the cosmos. When the disciple bows down at these feet, they are not merely honoring a person, but surrendering to the eternal principle of the Guru in Vedic thought. The Guru's feet symbolize grounding, humility, and the very foundation of learning. The phrase acknowledges that the Guru's presence itself is auspicious, and through surrender, one receives the blessings of all Gurus in the lineage. Now, the word and the phrase Natvatma Triptim Gataha appears in Guru Puja. How should one understand this? Yes, Natvatma means bowing one's very self, and Triptim Gataha means attaining contentment. When we perform Guru Puja, it is not just a ritualistic bowing, it is symbolic of surrendering ego, mind, and individuality at the feet of the Master. The result is Triptim, deep inner fulfillment, not dependent on external conditions. Gataha indicates that this fulfillment has been attained, not merely promised. In essence, this line tells us that surrender to the Guru is not a loss, but the highest gain, because what remains is contentment, peace, and the bliss of the self beyond all desires. Now, Guru Puja mentions Agyana Payohuda Patana Duram. Can you elaborate on this powerful phrase? Yes, this phrase beautifully describes the Guru's roles. Agyana means ignorance, Paihoda means cloud, and Padana Duram means the one who disperses or removes it skillfully. Just as the sun disperses dark rain clouds, the Guru disperses the cloud of ignorance with the light of knowledge. Ignorance is the cause of bondage, suffering, and repeated cycles of confusion. The Guru, through wisdom, guidance, and grace, clears these coverings so that the disciple perceives truth directly. This is why the Guru is called a dispeller of darkness. Gu is darkness, and Ru is a remover. Now, what is the significance of invoking names like Shankaram, Brahmananda, and Saraswatim in Guru Puja? As these names honor specific qualities and figures in the lineage, Shankaram refers to Adi Shankaracharya as well as Lord Shiva, the bringer of auspiciousness. Sharmadam describes him as the giver of peace. Brahmananda signifies the bliss rooted in Brahman. The absolute Saraswatim refers both to the goddess of wisdom and to the sage in the lineage who embodied knowledge. Invoking these names is not just remembrance but alignment. We awaken those same qualities within ourselves. The vibration of these names purifies the heart and connects us to the infinite reservoir of wisdom flowing through the Guru Parampara. Now, what does the word Sharmada mean in the context of Guru Puja? Yes, Jagurudev, Sharmada means the one who bestows a Sharma or peace, rest, and liberation. In Guru Puja, we describe the Guru as a Sharmadam Shankaram, the giver of happiness and auspiciousness. This is significant because the Guru does not just provide knowledge intellectually, but grants deep rest at the soul level. Peace that arises from surrender to the Guru is not temporary like worldly pleasures, it is permanent beyond change. Thus, in this phrase, we recognize the Guru not as a transmitter of information, but as the one who awakens through rest within the disciple. Now, the word Brahmananda is also used. How does the Guru embody this? Yes, Brahmananda means the bliss or Ananda that arises from union with Brahman, the supreme consciousness. The Guru is not separate from this state, he is firmly established in it. For the disciple, experiencing the Guru is like experiencing that Brahmananda itself in Guru Puja. This word reminds us that the Guru is not limited by human personality, he is a window into the infinite. When a disciple connects with the Guru's presence, they too taste a glimpse of this Brahmananda, which is beyond sensory joy and rest in silence, awareness, and freedom. Now, why is the lineage of Adi Shankaracharya invoked in Guru Puja? Guru Puja follows the Advaita Vedanta tradition where Adi Shankaracharya played a central role in reviving Vedic wisdom. He consolidated the Guru Parampara, connecting disciples to a lineage that goes back to Lord Narayana himself. By invoking Shankaracharya and his disciples, we honor the unbroken flow of wisdom from ancient times to the present. Lineage ensures authenticity. It means the knowledge we receive is not invented, but revealed and passed on faithfully. In Vedic tradition, remembering lineage of Parampara Smaranam is crucial because it keeps the wisdom pure and charged with the energy of all masters. Now, Guru Puja includes symbolic offerings like asanam, snanam, vastram, etc. What do these represent? These offerings are not material gifts to a human guru, but symbolic gestures of reverence. Asanam or seat means we honor the guru as the highest guest. Snanam or bath signifies purification of our mind before the Guru. Vastram or clothing represents protection and dignity offered to knowledge. Chandanam or sandal paste symbolizes cooling the restless mind, and Pushpam or flowers are the blossoming of love. Dhupam, incense spreads fragrance like the Guru's wisdom. Naivedyam or fruits represent the knowledge and the fruits of our actions offered back to the Guru. Each act is a symbolic surrender of ego and ownership, acknowledging Guru as the source. Now, the offering of Srifalam or coconut is especially significant. Why is this so? Yes, Srifalam or coconut has deep symbolism. The coconut has a hard outer shell representing the ego. Offering it to the Guru signifies breaking one's ego and surrendering completely. The pure white kernel inside represents the true self, which is revealed when the shell of pride and ignorance is broken. In Vedic tradition, coconuts are also symbols of prosperity and auspiciousness used in major rituals in Guru Puja. This offering communicates that we are ready to shed outer coverings and live from our pure essence. It's one of the most powerful offerings of humility and surrender. Now, why is sandalwood paste or chandanam offered in Guru Puja? Yes, Jayagurudev, chandanam is known for its cooling, soothing qualities. In Guru Puja, offering sandal paste symbolizes cooling the agitations of the mind. Just as sandalwood gives a fragrance when rubbed, a disciple to release his inner fragrance when tested in life under Guru's guidance. The offering signifies surrendering all restlessness and asking for inner calmness. Now, it is also symbolic of purity, as sandal paste is used in Vedic rituals for sacredness. When we apply chandanam to the Guru's feet symbolically in puja, it means our mind seeks the cool shelter of wisdom and wants to remain fragrant with devotion. Now, what is the role of pushpam or flowers in Guru Puja? Flowers represent beauty, freshness, and the blossoming of love in the heart. In Guru Puja, when we offer pushpam, it signifies offering a blossomed qualities like devotion, sincerity, and gratitude to the Guru. Just as flowers are delicate and cannot be forced to open, so too spiritual wisdom unfolds naturally in the disciple under Guru's guidance. Different flowers also carry different symbolic meanings in Vedic rituals, purity, courage, or devotion. Ultimately, Pushpam is not about external flowers, but about offering the flowers of the heart, where the fragrance is our sincerity and the colors are our virtues. Now, what is the significance of dhupam or incense in Guru Puja? Dhupam or incense is offered as a symbol of spreading fragrance and sanctity. In Guru Puja, it represents the way Guru's wisdom spreads effortlessly in all directions. Just as incense fills the space with aroma, it also signifies transformation. When the incense burns, it consumes itself and gives fragrance, similar to how selfless service consumes the ego and fills the world with joy. Moreover, incense smoke rises upward, symbolizing prayers and devotion reaching higher realms. When offered in Guru Puja, Dhupam becomes an invitation for our life to be fragrant, uplifting, and beneficial to others. Now, could you explain Naivedyam or food offering in Guru Puja? Yes, Jai Gurudev, Naivedyam represents the fruits of our karma. In worldly life, we act and enjoy the results. But in Guru Puja, we offer those fruits back to the Guru. It symbolizes surrendering the doership, saying, all my achievements and results belong to you. Food also represents sustenance, the basic need of life. Offering it means we acknowledge that even sustenance is given by the Guru principle. Practically, fruits are often offered as they signify sweetness and maturity. Spiritually, Naivedyam purifies the act of eating itself, making it an offering rather than a personal consumption. Now, what is the role of Achumanyam or the water offering? Achimanyam is offered multiple times in Guru Puja. Water is a symbol of purity, flow, and life itself. By offering water, we acknowledge that all purity and nourishment come from the Guru. In Vedic rituals, water is offering for sipping, cleansing, and refreshing the deity. In Guru Puja, it represents a washing away inner impurities and preparing ourselves to receive wisdom. It also symbolizes humility because the water always flows downward, seeking the lowest level. In the same way, the disciple is asked to let go of arrogance and become humble so grace can naturally flow into them. Now, why do we chant Gauram Karunavataram during the Guru Puja? This verse is a salutation to Lord Shiva, the eternal Guru. Gauram means white, symbolizing purity. Karunavataram means embodiment of compassion. Samsara Saram refers to the essence of creation, and Bhujagendra Haram means one adorned with the serpent king, showing fearlessness and mastery. The verse ends with Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. I bow to Lord Shiva along with Shakti or Bhavani. This chant acknowledges the Guru as both masculine consciousness and feminine energy. It reminds us that the Guru principle is not limited to one form but encompasses both stillness and dynamic creation. Now, what is Aratatrikam? Why is it with camphor light performed at the end of Guru Puja? Yes, Aratritikam involves weaving camphor light before the Guru's feet. Camphor has a unique quality of burning completely without leaving residue, symbolizing the total dissolution of ego. When the disciple waves the camphor, it represents a prayer. May my ego burn away, leaving only light. The circular motion of Arti also symbolizes the cyclical nature of life, which the Guru helps us transcend. The light represents knowledge, and moving it before the Guru shows that all illumination in our life comes from him. Finally, the shared viewing of the flame unites everyone in the Guru's presence. Now, Guru Puja mentions Jyotirmayam. How should we understand this phrase? Yes, Jai Gurudev, Jyotirmaya means full of divine light or composed of brilliance. The Guru is described as Jyotirmaya because he is not bound by physicality. His presence is luminous like light itself. In the Vedic tradition, light symbolizes consciousness, clarity, and immortality. Just as darkness cannot touch light, ignorance cannot touch the Guru. For the disciple, meditating on the Guru as Jyotirmayam inspires them to awaken their own inner brilliance. It is also a reminder that Guru is not the physical body we see, but the effulgence of Brahman shining through human form. Now, what does the famous line Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara mean here in Guru Puja? Yes, Jai Gurudev, this shloka highlights the Guru as the embodiment of the Hindu Trinity. Guru is Brahma, the creator of knowledge in the disciple. Guru is Vishnu, the preserver who sustains wisdom in the disciple. Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru is Shiva, the destroyer of ignorance. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Guru is the living embodiment of the absolute. Tasmai Shri Guru Venama. Therefore, I bow to such a Guru. This chant elevates the Guru beyond personality, recognizing him as the cosmic principle of creation, sustenance, and dissolution of ignorance. Now, why is the coconut called Srifalam in Guru Puja? The word Srifalam means auspicious fruit. The coconut is considered sacred in all Vedic ritual because it is complete water inside, food to eat, and hard shell to break. In Guru Puja, offering Srifalam symbolizes breaking the ego, which is as hard as the shell. Only then can the pure essence inside be revealed. It also represents offering the entire being, body or the shell, prana or the water, and mind or the kernel to the Guru. Since coconuts are offered whole, they stand for wholeness and surrender. This is why Sri Phalam is one of the most important offerings in Guru Puja. Now, why is Guru Puja always performed before some of our Art of Living courses and programs, and even especially before Sayam programs and advanced programs? Yes, Jayaguru, Guru Puja attunes the environment and the participants to receive knowledge. When advanced programs like Sahat Samadhi program, advanced meditation courses, or teacher training programs begin, Guru Puja is performed to invoke blessings of the lineage. It creates a sacred atmosphere, purifies the subtle vibrations, and reminds everyone that knowledge flows from the Guru principle, not from personal effort. Without this alignment, techniques remain mechanical. With Guru Puja, participants enter the program with humility and receptivity, ensuring deeper experiences. Thus, Guru Puja is like opening the doorway through which wisdom flows effortlessly. Now, how does Guru Puja connect a disciple to the Guru Parampara? Parampara means lineage, an unbroken chain of masters. When we chant Guru Puja, we recite the names of Narayana, Padmanava, Vasistha, Shakti, Parasara, Vyasa, Gaudapada, Govindapada, and Adi Shankaracharya. By remembering them, we align our mind to this continuum of wisdom. Just as electricity flows only when connected to a power grid, so too spiritual energy flows when connected to lineage. Guru Puja is that connection ritual. It ensures that what we receive is not diluted personal opinion, but timeless knowledge. It places us in the flow of the eternal river of wisdom. Now, why is humility emphasized so much in Guru Puja? Yes, Jagurudev, humility is the doorway to wisdom. Ego blocks learning because it insists, I already know. Guru Puja trains the mind to bow down, literally and metaphorically, by offering water, flowers, fruits, and camphor. We acknowledge that nothing belongs to us, all comes from the Guru principle. The ritual is not about the Guru needing these offerings, it is about the disciple softening. Humility makes the mind receptive, just as soft soil can absorb rain. Without humility, even the greatest wisdom slides off. Guru Puja cultivates surrender, dissolving ego, so that true knowledge can blossom. Now, why is camphor or karpura considered as special in Aarti during Guru Puja? Yes, Jagurudev, camphor is unique because it burns completely, leaving no residue. This symbolizes the ego being consumed entirely, leaving only light and fragrance. In Guru Puja, a waving camphor light before the Guru signifies offering a limited individuality into the fire of knowledge. It also purifies the environment. The scent spreads freshness and the light uplifts the atmosphere. Vedic texts say camphor pleases deities because it represents purity, transformation, and illumination. In essence, offering camphor is a prayer that our lives too may burn away ego, leaving nothing but light, service, and divine fragrance. Now, what is meant by Guru Sakshat Param Brahma? This phrase declares that the Guru is not just a guide or teacher, but the direct embodiment of Param Brahma, the absolute reality in daily life. We cannot grasp a Brahman, it is beyond senses and concepts, but the Guru embodies it in living form, making it accessible. Recognizing Guru as Param Brahma dissolves the tendency to see him as just a personality. It shifts perception from form to principle. This acknowledgement awakens reverence, allowing disciples to receive a subtle grace. It's a reminder that through the Guru we touch the infinite. Now, how does the Guru Puja affect the disciples' state of mind? When performed with sincerity, Guru Puja calms the restless mind, reduces ego, and instills gratitude. The rhythmic chanting purifies vibrations, while the symbolic offerings shift attention inward. The disciple feels connected to something larger than themselves, the lineage, the Guru, and Brahman itself. This alignment removes anxiety and self centeredness, replacing it with surrender and trust. Over time, Guru Puja builds a subtler inner channel so the disciple feels the Guru's presence even in daily life. In Vedic psychology, rituals affect not only thoughts but also prana and energy, harmonizing the whole being. Now, why is water or achmanyam offered multiple times in Guru Puja? In Guru Puja, water is offered at several stages as purification, as refreshment, and as a symbolic drink for the Guru. Each offering carries meaning. First, it purifies the environment and mind of the disciple. Then, it signifies hospitality, welcoming the Guru like an honored guest. Finally, it symbolizes the surrender of life force itself, since water is life. Offering it multiple times reflects totality, body, mind, and spirit. Repetition deepens the act of surrender, reinforcing the disciples' humility. Just as water permeates everything, this offering represents the desire for Guru's grace to permeate every part of our life. Now, what does the word Natvatma teach us practically in daily life? Natvatma means bowing one's very self, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. Practically, this means living with an attitude of surrender in daily life. Instead of resisting situations, one bows to them as opportunities for learning. Instead of insisting on one's way, one bows to the flow of nature. Guru Puja trains the disciple in this attitude. In modern life, ego causes stress, thinking, I must control everything. Natvatma reminds us bow down, trust, and let go. This doesn't mean passivity, it means action without ego. Such humility brings peace and strength. Now, how does Guru Puja relate to the concept of smaranam or constant remembrance? Smaranam means remembrance, one of the nine forms of devotion. Guru Puja is structured remembrance. When we chant the lineage, we are not merely reciting names, we are consciously invoking their presence. This builds the habit of remembrance in daily life. Over time, the mind naturally recalls the Guru in difficult or joyous moments, creating constant connection. Smaranam transforms the relationship from ritual to living bond. Guru Puja thus becomes a training ground where the disciple learns to remember the Guru and wisdom always, not just during ceremonies. Now, what is the deeper significance of offering vastram or cloth to the Guru? Jai Gurudev, yes, vastram symbolizes dignity, protection, and covering in Guru Puja. Offering cloth to the Guru means acknowledging that it is the Guru who shields us from ignorance and worldly turbulence, just as a cloth protects the body from heat and cold. Guru's wisdom protects the mind from confusion and suffering. It also symbolizes offering our senses of identity, since cloths represent personality. We surrender that mask to the Guru. Spiritually, Vastram reflects the prayer that the Guru may cover us with this grace, so we remain protected, dignified, and firmly established on the path of truth. Now, how does the chanting of Guru Puja connect the disciple to the ancient Rishi Parampara? Yes, Jagadev, Guru Puja is not just a recitation but an invocation of the entire Rishi Parampara, beginning from Lord Narayana, Brahma, Vashishta, Shakti, Parashara, Vyasa, then Shuka, Gaudapada, Govindapada, and finally Adi Shankaracharya, continuing till His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji. Before him, Maharshi Mahesh Yogi or Brahmanand Saraswati Ji or Krishnanand Saraswati Ji. When we chant, we are acknowledging the unbroken chain of masters who preserved Vedic knowledge through ages. By remembering them, the disciple feels rooted in a lineage that transcends time and geography. It removes the sense of isolation and connects us to an eternal flow of wisdom. This is why Guru Puja has such transformative power. It links the present to timeless tradition. Now, what role does humility play in the practice of Guru Puja? Humility is at the heart of Guru Puja. When a disciple bows down and offers flowers at the Guru's feet, it is not about lowering oneself but about dissolving the ego. In modern times, people often equate humility with weakness, but in Vedic Dharma, it is the greatest. And Guru Puja trains the heart to let go of arrogance, the I know everything attitude, and instead open up to receiving knowledge. Just as a valley can hold water, but a mountain cannot, only a humble heart can absorb wisdom. Thus, Guru Puja refines humility. Now, why is water offered during Guru Puja and what does it symbolize? Water offering in Guru Puja symbolizes purification and surrender. In ancient rituals, water was offered to welcome a revered guest, representing respect and cleansing. In Guru Puja, water represents life itself. It purifies the inner self, washing away impurities of the mind. When offered at the Guru's feet, it is symbolic of surrendering one's life and emotions to the divine. Water also represents a fluidity and adaptability, reminding us that the disciple must become flexible like water to flow into the wisdom of the master without resistance. Now, what is the meaning of apavitra pavitrova in the context of Guru Puja? Yes, Jayagurudev, apavitra pavitrova sarvavasthangatopeva yasmare pundari kaksham sabhaya abhyantara shuchi. This means whether one is impure or pure in whatever state, whoever remembers the Lord with lotus height, Pundaraki Kaksha becomes purified inside and out. This verse establishes that no matter our mental state, emotional turbulence, or past mistakes, remembrance of the divine purifies us. Guru Puja starts with this verse to prepare the disciples' mind, reminding them that even in imperfection, one can approach the Guru and the divine without fear. It sets the stage for sincerity and openness in worship. Now, what is the significance of Pushpanjali in Guru Puja? Yes, the Pushpanjali or offering of flowers is not just a ritual act, but a symbolic gesture. Flowers represent freshness, fragrance, and beauty. When we offer flowers at the Guru's feet, it represents offering our purest emotions, our heart, and our best qualities. Just as a flower blooms by absorbing sunlight and water, disciples to blossom in the presence of the Guru's grace. A Pushpanjali also signifies detachment. Since a flower once offered is no longer ours, it teaches us to let go of attachment and surrender gracefully, trusting that the Guru will transform us with love. Now, could you explain the significance of the invocation Narayanam Padmanavam Vasishtam Padmunavam Vasishtam? The invocation traces the Guru Parampara, the unbroken lineage through which wisdom flows. It begins with Narayana, the supreme cosmic consciousness, followed by Lord Brahma or Padmanava, sage Vasista, and so on. Chanting this establishes a connection with the roots of knowledge. It reminds us that the wisdom we receive today did not originate in isolation but has descended from eternity carried by enlightened beings. This strengthens the seeker's faith and humility, making the practice of Guru Puja not merely a ritual but a powerful link to the eternal reservoir of knowledge. Now, how does the Guru Puja reflect both devotion of bhakti and knowledge of jnana? Guru Puja is the perfect union of bhakti and jnana. The flowers, incense, and offerings express bhakti, love, and surrender. The chants and mantras, on the other hand, reflect jnana, the eternal truths revealed in the Vedas and scriptures. When both aspects meet, the seeker rises beyond rituals into direct experience. Bhakti without jnana can become blind, and jnana without bhakti can become dry. Guru Puja ensures balance where heartfelt surrender and intellectual clarity come together, leading the disciple into the depth of self realization. This is why it is considered such a sacred daily practice. Now, what is the role of Apavitra Pavitrova in Guru Puja? Apavitra Pavitrova Sarva Gastanga Topeva is a purificatory verse. It reminds us that whether we are pure or impure in whatever state we may be, remembering the lotus-eyed Lord or Pundarikaksha, we become purified within and without. This verse carries great compassion. It acknowledges human imperfection while simultaneously granting freedom from guilt. Before entering the sacred space of Guru Puja, one chants this mantra to align body, mind, and spirit with divine purity. It teaches that remembrance of the divine instantly lifts us into higher vibrations, preparing us for the deeper gratitude and surrender to the Guru. Now, how does the Guru Puja train the disciple in humility? Guru Puja is an act of bowing down, not just physically but internally. When we recite Anatho Asmi, I am helpless without you, it is a direct acceptance that the ego cannot guide us to liberation. The disciple acknowledges dependence on the Guru's grace, which dissolves pride. Offering flowers at the Guru's feet symbolizes surrender of our thoughts, desires, and ego. This daily reminder cultivates humility, the foundation for true learning. Scriptures declare that knowledge cannot enter a heart filled with arrogance. Guru Puja softens the ego, making the seeker receptive to divine wisdom. Now, why is gratitude emphasized so strongly in Guru Puja? Yes, Jai Gurudev, in Guru Puja, gratitude is the essence of Guru Puja. When we chant Guru Santan Smaranami, we are not simply remembering a teacher, we are acknowledging the entire lineage of masters who carried wisdom through centuries. Gratitude opens the heart and shifts attention from lack to abundance. It also transforms the relationship with the Guru from mere respect to heartfelt love. Gratitude is healing. It dissolves restlessness and alliances with the present moment. In Guru Puja, gratitude is not limited to words, it is experienced through every offering, every mantra, every bowing down to the Guru. In Guru Puja, the term Pundari Kaksham is often remembered. What does it symbolize and why is it so significant? Pundarikaksha means the one with lotus-eyed eyes, lotus-like eyes, Lord Vishnu, who symbolizes compassion, preservation, and protection. Remembering Pundarikaksha purifies both internally and externally in Guru Puja. This signifies that when we remember the divine to the Guru, we are washed of impurities of the mind and heart. The lotus itself is a symbol of purity, untouched by mud, though it grows in it. This reminds disciples that living in the world amidst challenges, one can remain pure and rise above. It emphasizes the Guru as a manifestation of this divine quality. Now, the Guru Puja invokes Narayana, Padmanava, and a lineage of rishis. How is this invocation structured? The invocation is done through a parampara beginning with Narayana, the eternal consciousness, and Padmanabha, Brahma, the creator, followed by Vasistha, Shakti, Parashara, Vyasa, and the successive masters. This is not merely a list of names, it represents the unbroken flow of wisdom from the source to the present Guru. Each name invoked establishes continuity of knowledge like a sacred river. In Vedic tradition, remembering the lineage ensures that the disciples' mind is tuned to the eternal, not just the present moment. Guru Puja thus connects us with an unbroken divine heritage. Now, how does Guru Puja prepare the disciple before Sudarshan Kriya or meditation sessions? Guru Puja is like tuning an instrument before a concert. The human mind carries restlessness, impressions, and distractions. By performing Guru Puja, the disciple aligns with the gratitude, devotion, and surrender. This shifts the brain chemistry from stress to receptivity. Many practitioners observe that their meditation deepens and Sudarshan Kriya becomes effortless. After Guru Puja, it acts like a bridge between the material and spiritual, softening the heart, dissolving ego, and creating an inner silence. Without this preparatory vibration, the practice may remain mechanical. With it, it becomes sacred and deeply transformative. In Vedic understanding, what is the difference between remembering God directly and remembering through the Guru Puja through Guru in Guru Puja? Remembering God directly is like trying to see the sun with naked eyes. It dazzles and overwhelms. Remembering God through the Guru is like seeing sunlight reflected in a calm lake, gentle, accessible, and soothing. The Guru embodies divine qualities in human form, making the infinite relatable. The Guru does not replace God but becomes a medium through which the disciple experiences divinity. In Guru Puja, this principle is highlighted. Worshipping the Guru is not idolatry, but acknowledgement of God manifesting through human form for the upliftment of seekers. Now, how does Guru Puja influence the subtle energy systems or chakras or nadis of a practitioner? Guru Puja invokes mantras that generate sound vibrations directly resonating with the chakras. For instance, remembering Shruti Smriti Purana awakens the Agya Chakra or the third eye, aligning intellect with wisdom. The act of offering flowers at Guru's feet activates the heart chakra with devotion. The sound of Pundarikaksha resonates with the Sahasrara, connecting the individual to cosmic consciousness. The overall effect is the cleansing of nadis of the subtle channels and balancing of energies. That's why after Guru Puja, practitioners often feel lighter, calmer, and more centered, as a sign that the entire system has realigned harmoniously. The Guru Puja contains the word Karunalayam, abode of compassion. Why is this central in Guru tradition? The Guru is described as Karunalayam because compassion is the very essence of teaching. A Guru sees the ignorance, pain, and restlessness of disciples and responds not with judgment but with unconditional compassion. Unlike ordinary teachers who share knowledge for livelihood, be it in schools, college, universities, or even coaching institutes, the Guru shares wisdom for the liberation of the disciple, asking nothing in return. This compassion is not limited to individuals but extends to all beings, uplifting society at large. Guru Puja recognizes this unique quality by chanting Karunalayam. The disciple tunes into the graceful heart of the Guru, experiencing divine love. Now, why do practitioners in Art of Living learn Guru Puja only from teachers, not from books or online sources? Guru Puja is more than words, it's a transmission and a transformation. If one tries to learn from books or recordings, the vibrational sanctity may not be preserved, and mispronunciation can distort the subtle effects. When a trained teacher, say Bhanuvati Narasimhanji, the sister of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji, imparts Guru Puja through Guru Puja Phase 1 and Phase 2 programs organized by the Art of Living Foundation, they ensure correct intonation, pronunciation, and the sacred bhava or feeling behind it. More importantly, it carries the living tradition, the unseen blessings of the lineage. That is why Guru Puja is taught personally, usually during Guru Puja Phase 1 or Phase 2, ensuring that the disciple not only learns but receives it with sanctity. Now, some criticize rituals as unnecessary. How would you explain Guru Puja's relevance in modern times? Yes, Jai Gurudev, modern life is full of chaos, speed, and superficiality. Rituals like Guru Puja anchor us in timeless values. It is not about blind repetition, but about mindful connection. Just as lighting a candle creates an ambience, Guru Puja creates a spiritual atmosphere. In a corporate world where stress dominates, even a short practice of Guru Puja can bring focus, humility, and calmness. Rituals remind us of our roots, offering stability amidst change. Far from outdated, Guru Puja is a tool of relevance, balancing science and spirituality, intellect and devotion, and action and silence. Now, what transformations do long term practitioners notice after regularly doing Guru Puja? Long term practitioners often report profound inner changes, ego softens, relationships heal. Because humility deepens, many experience clarity of purpose and resilience during challenges. The practice awakens gratitude as a constant undercurrent, making life joyful even amid struggles. On a subtler level, the connection to the Guru strengthens, making intuition sharper and meditation deeper. Some also notice reduction in anxiety, more compassion in interactions, and greater energy for service. Over years, Guru Puja becomes like a spiritual heartbeat, something they cannot imagine life without. It integrates devotion, wisdom, and daily living seamlessly. If you had to summarize now Guru Puja uh, in one essence for seekers worldwide, what would it be? Guru Puja is the bridge between the finite and the infinite. It teaches surrender without loss of dignity, devotion without superstition, and gratitude without condition. Its essence is simple, remembering that all wisdom, strength, and grace flow through the Guru from the eternal source, whether one is a seeker in India or a professional in New York City. This practice awakens humility, centers the mind, and connects the individual to an unbroken tradition of light. In one line, Guru Puja is not worship of a person but celebration of eternal wisdom flowing through the Guru. Jai Gurudev. Now, Guru Puja includes the chanting of specific verses invoking ancient rishis and masters. Could you explain how these invocations connect the disciple to the eternal parampara or the lineage? Yes, these invocations act like a bridge between the present moment and timeless wisdom. When we chant names like Vasista, Shakti, Parashara, Vyasa, Shankaracharya, and many others, we are not merely remembering individuals but invoking their consciousness. It's like tuning a radio to a specific frequency. The sound vibrations align us with the subtle wisdom that flowed through these masses, ensuring that the knowledge is not diluted but continues in its purity. This is why Guru Puja sustains the unbroken parampara. Now, could you elaborate on the connection between Guru Puja and the ancient Guru Shishya Parampara or the teacher disciple tradition? Guru Puja is not just a ritual but a living expression of the Guru Shishya Parampara, one of the oldest traditions in India. The disciple acknowledges that all wisdom flows from the Guru, who is the embodiment of knowledge, compassion, and guidance. By offering flowers, chanting, and surrendering, the disciple recognizes that his own ego dissolves, making space for wisdom to shine. This tradition ensures the continuity of spiritual knowledge across generations. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji often says, knowledge flourishes only in devotion, and Guru Puja keeps that devotion alive. Jai Gurudev.